Okay, gang, we are going to walk through how to calculate CPI and how to calculate inflation. Calculating CPI is something you may be asked to do on an exam, and CPI, remember, measures your market basket. So what you're going to do is add up all the things that are measured that are bought within 1 year, and look at the change between year 1 and year 2 and year 3, and so on. And you're also, of course, going to have a base year. So to add up your market basket, here you can see someone who apparently only went to a movie last year and didn't do anything else. So this is obviously a pretty small market basket, but for the purposes of this activity, that makes things nice and easy. So they bought one movie ticket at $3 in year 1, and that's where you have 1 by 3. 2 cans of soda at 40 cents for year 2, 1 hamburger and fries at $1 for year 3, 2 candy bars at 25 cents for year 1, 2 candy bars at 25 cents for year 1. Multiply all those together, add them up, and you get $5.30. Now, often the amount bought in each year will change, but again, we're oversimplifying here. So we're going to take 1 by $4 in year 2, 2 by 45 cents in year 2, 1 by $1.10, 2 by 35, and you get $6.70. So it's already obvious to you that we have had inflation from year 1 to year 2 and from year 2 to year 3, but let's see how we calculate that based on a CPI. And remember, the calculations that we do in the real world are much more complex than what we're doing here. So the inflation and how much is not, is very much not a given. So here, your price index is going to be your market basket in a year over your market price in the base year. Okay, so our worksheet says that we're setting our base year at year 1, and market basket is going to be the price in a given year over the market price in the base year. So the market price in the base year is always going to be $5.30. So that's what we're going to divide by, and that's going to go on the bottom of our fraction. For year 1, since that's our base year, it's going to be $5.30 on top as well. For year 2, here it's going to be $6.70. And for year 3, it's going to be $8.15. So you plop that in your calculator, and here, of course, you're going to get 1. And then they multiply that times 100, because realistically we're getting percentages, so this will be 100. So 1 times 100 is, of course, 100. Here you're going to get 1.26, which times 100 gives you 126.4. And here you're going to get 153.8. Now the next thing to consider, and this is where you're going to use the back side of this worksheet, is that you don't compare inflation based on the base year. You typically compare inflation based on the change from last year to this year. So if we're talking about year 2, we'll look back to year 1. If we're talking about year 3, we'll look back to year 2. Otherwise, these inflation rates are going to get to be very, very big, very, very quickly, and that's not really going to tell us very much. So in order to do that, this is where I'm going to differ from your worksheet. Okay, you're going to put so if we're trying to find out the inflation from year 1 to year 2, we're going to put year 2 over the year that we're comparing, year 1, and in that case we will get 1.26, and our percentage rate of increase in inflation is everything over 100%. So it's everything behind the decimal. So you could subtract the 1, however you want to look at that, but the inflation rate for this year is 26.4%. Okay? For year 2, that's what we've done from year 2 to year 1. Okay? Now when we look at inflation in year 2 was 26.4%. For year 3, we're going to put 153.8 over year 2, 126.4, and we will come up with 1.21, 1.216, or 21.6% inflation for year 3. So if you